We're joined now by John Helmkay. He is the president of Cracking Up the Capital. Good morning, John. How are you today?
Very good. Good morning to you, too.
So tell us a little bit about Cracking Up the Capital. It's coming up starting next week. What's it all about?
Well, it starts on February the 5th. We have 4 nights of comedic events. Perfect time of year for us when it's cold like this. God knows we all need a laugh. This is also why it makes it very difficult to attract comics to come to Ottawa in the middle of February and January. We're not exactly their sun destination for the winter. But
yeah, it would be a lot easier if it was during summer, Luke, eh?
No kidding. But we're very fortunate this year that we've had an awful lot of them agree to come for this, our second year of the festival, 10th year of this event. So, we've got 4 nights of comedy and 4 very different events lined up, and I could talk a bit about those if you want.
Sure. So it's a festival, and it used to be just one event night, and now it's over 4 days, I guess. So
exactly.
So how's that growth gone?
I'm sorry, yeah. 10 years ago, we started with just a one-night event with about 250 people at Centrepoint Theatre. And last year, we were at the National Arts Centre, plus 3 other events at Algonquin College and the National Gallery. Had over 2,800 people in attendance for those 4 events. So, we've grown pretty significantly in 10 years. I mean, our goal has always been to build a festival for Ottawa because a town of this size ought to have a comedy festival, and it did not have one until now.
For sure. So who's actually performing this year?
Well, this year so our first night is on the Wednesday, February the 5th, and in that one we've partnered with CBC Radio's Laugh Out Loud. This is a large event with 7 comedians on the lineup, all of this being taped for broadcast on CBC Radio. This one's at the National Arts Centre. It features Ali Hassan, Anna Gustafson, Martha Chavez, Derek Seguin, a couple of really great local comics, Greg Schroeder and Brendan McKeegan, and one of the funniest First Nation comedians, Howie Miller, on the lineup. So everyone who's at that will get to hear themselves laugh on CBC Radio if they come up for that show. Our next show, which actually is the Thursday night, and this is sort of one of our favorites, this is our improv game. This is the competition between Ottawa U Ottawa, and Carleton University improv teams. So the Carleton team, the CIA, the Carleton Improv Association, will be coming up against the U Ottawa team, the Mission Improbable, and they will be competing with Patrick McKenna as the host and the Master of Ceremonies with our celebrity panel of judges. And last year it was won by U Ottawa, and Carleton is hoping to make a comeback and take the trophy this year.
Awesome.
Our third night, the Friday night, great evening with Mary Walsh. And I'm sure most of you people are familiar with Mary Walsh from Codco, and I don't remember Codco, but this hour at 22 minutes, and of course her famous Rob Ford ambush in his driveway just last year, as well as all of her other political ambushes of some of Canadians' top politicians. Mary, we're going to be doing an evening fully with her about her career and her life, and it's going to be a sort of an intimate and interactive. We're going to show clips. She's going to talk about her career. She's going to take questions from the audience. She's even invited members of Parliament to come to the show to question her and ambush her for the first time. So, ought to be a blast. And then Saturday night is our big finale, and this is at the National Arts Centre. This one, will feature, Patrick and Mary as the co-hosts, as well as a lineup of comedians, including, Jim McNally, Brendan McKeegan, Jean Paul, Allison June Smith, Rick Curry, Greg Schroeder, Frank Spadone, and a very special appearance by Rick Mercer. And Rick will be at the show to accept our Canadian Comedy Icon Award for all of his work in destigmatization of mental health and youth and anti-bullying work, as well as just his broad career as probably one of Canada's top comedians.
Awesome. I think one of the cool things about Cracking Up the Capital is that you have a pretty strong relationship with some local charities. I know the Amethyst Women's Addiction Center is paired up with the Women in Comedy Night. How have you built that? I mean, so people get a laugh, but the festival also gives back too.
That's right. It's many years ago. This started. The first night it was an event for the Royal Ottawa Volunteer Association. We started just a small event to raise a little bit of money for them and grew. And as we became a festival, we kind of realized that we wanted to be more in the community with other community groups and some that are tied to specific, kind of comedy themes, right? So we added Amethyst, when we do, for our women's show. We added the Youth Services Bureau and the Dave Smith Youth Treatment Center for our youth night, so they're kind of linked to our improv show that the universities are doing. We have the Wabano Aboriginal Health Center, which works for us on our LOL show with our Aboriginal content and sort of our mixed ethnic show, as well as, again, still the Royal Ottawa and the Volunteer Association, one of our major beneficiaries. We just always thought, we wanted it to be a comedy festival, but about something, with a bit of a cause. Not many other festivals do that. And I'll tell you, it helps a lot, again, with attracting comedians to come here in the winter. Almost all of them have some linkage to mental health through themselves or through family, and they want to support the cause. So what a great way, just to have some fun and support the cause at the same time.
They'll warm your heart, if not anywhere else in your body.
Exactly. That's it.
All right, John, if people want to get tickets, and I'm sure after this they want to, how do they do that?
Well, a couple of ways. Simplest way is just to go to our website, www.crackup.ca. You can find our ticket pages there. We do have student pricing for all of our events, so just look for that in the tab. You can go to the box office at the National Arts Center and get your tickets there for the Saturday night show. You could actually even contact the Carleton Improv Association or the U Ottawa Improv Association through their Facebook page. They have some tickets that they're selling and pick them up directly. Or for that Thursday night, you can buy them at the box office at the new Algonquin Theatre, their Robert Gillette Center in the Student Common. But primarily, like I said, is to go through crackup.ca or at the venues.
Perfect. And it's the sort of thing where people really should buy them in advance?
Absolutely. I'm telling you, we are almost sold out on several of our shows. Our finale, actually, which we see 2,300 people at the NAC, we're down to less than 500 tickets available. And we know Ottawa's a last-minute town. A lot of those are going to sell this week.
So it's one of those things where you want to do it before you can't, right?
Absolutely, yes. Yeah, time to take advantage now.
All right. So thank you so much for this, John. It's crackup.ca?
That's correct, yes. Thank you.
Awesome. Best of luck in year 2 of the festival, year 10 of the event, and hopefully many years going ahead.
Thank you so very much. We're looking forward to seeing a lot of you guys there.
All right. Cheers.
Cheers.
That was John Helmkay. He is president of Cracking Up the Capital. They are kicking things off for a 4-day festival next Thursday. All the money, some of the money anyway, goes to supporting local charities, and there is a really killer lineup, so you should check that out.